The Dan Hooker files got released. Conor Benn got more money out of Dana White than the entire UFC roster. Sean Strickland put a beat down on Fluffy for being and Paramount don't believe in free speech. Last weekend, the UFC put on one of the greatest main cards I've ever seen. Finish after finish, great fight after great fight, culminating with Sean Strickland finishing Fluffy in the third round via TKO. Even he couldn't believe it. Ice cold Sean Strickland to do a job, and he did just that. But that doesn't change much for Sean Strickland. He's probably not going to get a title shot, and Adesanya's still probably going to fight Sean Strickland if he were to beat Joe Pyfer. So, what does it mean? Great win, shows that Sean's still one of the best middleweights in the world after being disrespected time and time again by people, including myself. But what's next? What was next before? The Adesanya fight. If they can build the Hamzat fight off of hatred alone, I'd love that. But Nassourdine Imavov on a 5-fight win streak after finishing Adesanya and beating Caio Borralho, to me, obviously deserves the shot. For the first time in my memory, a UFC fighter's mic has been cut at the post-fight press conference. Sean Strickland gets cancelled by Paramount after his first fight, which is ridiculous. They let him do the whole week, and then at the final hurdle, as he's about to leave at the press conference, boom, cut his mic. He was pissed. I know there's a certain type of American that probably just unsubscribed from Paramount for that alone. Now, outside of that, there was some big news with the president of the UFC, Dana White, signing Conor Benn to Zuffa Boxing for 8 figures, more than he's paid any UFC fighter ever. If I'm Ilia Topuria or Alex Pereira, I must be pissed seeing those numbers. Conor Benn for 15 mil at Zuffa Boxing. The stars of the UFC do not get paid that, and I guarantee everybody who fought last weekend did not make a combined total of 15 million. Dana White doesn't love the game anymore. He loves the bread and he wants to get into boxing. But he's left UFC behind, and it's clear to see with promotion and money and fighter pay. They had a little bonus to try cover it up, but if he's got the bread to put 15 mil on Conor Benn, he's got the bread to get these fighters to fight the real fights we want to see. Finally, in this recap, the Dan Hooker files drop. Nothing illegal, just maybe morally questionable from Dan Hooker, allegedly having an affair on his wife with a stripper, and then supposedly cheating on the stripper, not possible, with a man. Sorry, with many men. Only in the UFC does this happen. Nowhere else you get a big name at the top of the sport come out as both a cheater and a homosexual in the same sentence. If you enjoyed this UFC recap, please follow for more. We will be at this every single week from now. Thank you.